like it.
Are those new underwear? That's nice.
No, they're old, but thanks for noticing. Sorry, once in a lifetime.
I love that.
This video and all content is made possible by our Patreon subscribers. For $3 a month, you can help keep the lights on here at From North to Wharf. Thank you for your ongoing support. And if you would like your own From North to Wharf merchandise, head to fromnorthtowharf.threadless.com. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of From the Great North to Wonder Wharf, your unofficial but verified one-stop destination for bento box information. As always, I am Mike, and yes, it's just me tonight, everyone. JB has some commitments that he is handling, so it's just me. It's going to be a pretty easy show tonight. We have a new segment of the Lone Moose Minute from Sam. We have some news to discuss. We have a winner to announce as far as the comic book giveaway. And then, we may touch on the new episodes. I do kind of want to save that for when JB is around here because we always have good discussions with that. So I may briefly go over the episode. Sam will go more in depth with his segment as usual. But yeah, tonight's episode discussion will probably be a little more light just because I like to have JB here. Unfortunately, scheduling this week is a little crazy. So we had to roll with tonight because my schedule is a little tighter as it usually is. Let's see who we got in the chat. Hello, Yahoo, AJ, Homer, RVA. Hello, everyone. Hope you all are doing well. And to all those in chat who aren't chatting, hello. Let's see. What's the big news? The big news, of course, as Homer has alluded to, Grimsburg, Crapopolis, and Universal Basic Guys all got renewed for, let's see, let me make sure I have the information correct here. Grimsburg, Crapopolis, and Universal Basic Guys renewed at Fox. This is per the Deadline article that, again, coincides with the renewals of Family Guy, American Dad, Bob's Burgers, and Simpsons. Each of those got 4 seasons apiece, so good on them. Grimsburg is returning for season 3. Crapopolis is returning for season 5, and Universal Basic Guys is back for season 3. Of course, Universal Basic Guys kicks back up for season 2 in the fall. Don't know on premiere dates for Grimsburg or Crapopolis just yet, but I gotta assume probably in the January timeframe, much like how the Great North usually premiered in January, February timeframe, so maybe something like that as well. Hey, Chelseams, it's been a minute. Hey, JZG. Hey. Glad you all are here. Just me tonight. JB has some things he had to take care of, so I am running solo tonight. This is going to be a pretty loose episode tonight. But yeah, let's see. Grimsburg, like I said, it's coming back for season 2, which I am, or is returning for season 3. Sorry. Honestly, if I'm being brutally honest, I don't see Grimsburg moving beyond a season 3. Now these are all 1-season renewals, so Grimsburg already got through season 2, so they got renewed for a 3rd season, and Crapopolis was already on production for season 4. They got renewed for seasons 3 and 4 on their last go around, so they're getting a season 5. And then Universal Basic Guys is getting a season 3 because they were already in production on season 2. So yeah, if I'm calling my shot here, I don't think Grimsburg is getting past season 3. Crapopolis, I could see it 5 or 6. And Universal Basic Guys, I'd have to see how season 2 pans out, but I could see that going 3 or 4. Unfortunately, hold on, let's see. Happy to catch it. Yeah, unfortunately, it's just half of us is, hello, I'm driving and listening. Talk to you later. I wish they'd make a decision about Great North because Fantastic needs to be saved, like the whales or the manatees. Judging by the fact that Crapopolis got renewed for season 5, looks like there might be 2 more broadcast seasons for Crapopolis after May 18th. Yeah, they have season 4 and season 5. Yeah. Crapopolis is on season not production, but they're airing season 3 now. So yeah, they've already been in production on season 4. And last time we chatted with someone on the show, they were working on season 5, and that was months ago. So they've been working on it for a minute. What this means for the Great North? Yeah, it's no, Nicole. The Great North hasn't been renewed. Hasn't been renewed yet in quotations, but no, it has not been renewed. The word through like the deadline articles is that it's on the bubble of being renewed, along with a couple of other shows. But what that means is anybody's guess. That could just be industry talk of we know what we're going to do with the show, but we're not announcing it just yet. It could mean that it gets announced later in the year. I know upfronts for Fox is coming up soon, and that's usually where they announce a lot of the shows. But shows get renewed all the time beyond the upfront. So is it completely out of the question that the Great North gets renewed a little down the line? No. But I don't know how confident I am in saying that the show is going to get renewed. But until anything is announced, it's kind of just up in the air. But it is telling that 3 of the other shows, or excuse me, all the other shows in the animation domination block have been renewed for 1 to 4 seasons, but this one hasn't yet. I don't dare to make an assumption, but it's not looking good. So yeah, unfortunately, that's what it is. I think Snackface is more likely to air sometime in June, considering. Yeah. I feel like so many channels have been harsh and canceling shows left and right, hoping it gets renewed. It's one of the better shows. I completely agree. I think what folks forget at the end of the day is that shows have to be profitable. People have to tune in to watch the shows. And I'm not lashing out the fans like, oh, you guys aren't tuning in to watch it. Fact of the matter is, like, the shows have to be profitable. They have to pull in an audience, and they have to be able to sell advertisements, because that's kind of how shows make money is when they show on cable, the networks are allowed to sell, or the networks are able to sell airtime to different companies in order to show commercials. That's how they make their money. And if the audience is there for a certain show, i.e. Bob's Burgers or The Simpsons or Family Guy, it's easier to sell commercials for those shows because they know the audience is going to be there watching. The flip side to that is a lot of folks watch these shows the next day on Hulu, and a lot of them, myself included, have the no commercial tier, meaning that advertisers can't show the commercials, which means the companies lose money on that because there's no commercials to be seen. So they're really having a hard time trying to figure out how to work the streaming side of it, because I mean, essentially there's no way to make money the traditional way, i.e. advertising, because a lot of us skip the commercials. So if the audience isn't showing up to watch when they originally air, Sunday nights, Thursday nights, whatever the case may be, and they're not there to see the commercials that the companies pay good money to air, then it's kind of hard to justify pumping a lot of money into the shows if the audience isn't going to turn out. Now, That's all speculation on my end, but it makes a hell of a lot of sense. Um, Now on the let's hold on, I want to make sure I get all these comments. Don't agree with you, but I feel like there is a game when it goes. Yeah, it's absolutely a numbers game. It's a business at the end of the day. But paying for service with no ads doesn't make up for no commercials. I never thought about that. No, no, not necessarily. Because I mean, unless they're getting an influx of like new um, paying members all the time at the no commercial tier, then like because you have Hulu, which shows like Fox stuff, which shows FX stuff, which shows everything else. They're not making money because they can't do advertisements, and it's not like the paying members are making up for that lack of um, revenue that those commercials. I mean, not everyone who sees a Ford truck commercial is going to go out and buy a Ford truck, but some people are. And you want to show those commercials in front of your biggest audience. And on Sundays, that's probably going to be The Simpsons. That's going to be Bob's Burgers. Um, I'm such a fan of TGN. I have the cheap Hulu, so I'm watching my ads. There you go, Chelsea's. Being cheap pays off. I feel like I've been betraying them. No, no, no. It's mostly the companies don't know how to advertise and promote the shows. If you pay attention to things like the Instagram page or the Twitter pages, they essentially just kind of push the same clips or the same stills. And that's usually like once or twice a week. There's not an overabundance of things. So that's why you see pages like From North to Wharf, or you see Talon Moosenback when that was still around. Yahoo's page. There's a bunch of people who post the latest news or the latest clips or stills. And if I'm being honest, I feel like those kind of pages, our page and the pages I mentioned, are doing the heavy lifting for like the channels because like we know how to advertise the show. We know what people want to see. And for some reason they can't figure that out because I think at the end of the day, we're not doing it with money in mind. So we're not trying to maximize profits. So we're kind of just doing it for the love of the game, if you will. They have to make numbers. They have to make money. It's a business at the end of the day. And that's why business decisions get made no matter how much we love a show. I mean, I was reading the Discord page for, I can't remember which Discord page it was, but God, there was a show that everybody loves. I can't remember. I think Final Space. I think if I remember correctly, that was a loved show by fans, and it got canceled. So unless you're a legacy show, you are always on the bubble. I feel like so getting the tier with no ads is considered. It's not considered bad. It's how do I say this? It's not bad because it's not our job to help the advertisers figure out how to advertise. Like you buy no commercials because you don't want to see them. So now they have to find a different way to do that. You shouldn't have to make up for their inability to adapt. That's on them. That's not on you. I'm pretty sure it's kind of the Spotify phenomenon. You pay monthly, but the artists don't see it. The shows like don't see streamers' money. Yeah, because it's hard to. I don't know how they count streaming, like for numbers and stuff. But yeah, at the end of the day, the main pull for shows is like advertising money, or the main pull for like the companies, Fox, Disney, whatever the case may be, is the advertising money, and that money gets doled out to the different shows. And some people have bigger budgets than others, and some don't. So it's not the viewer's responsibility to bail out the networks. They have to figure out how to advertise to us, the consumer. We don't have to make up for the fact that they don't know what they're doing. Again, North to Wharf, Yahoo's page, Talon Moosenback, when that was still up and running, we seem to be doing a pretty damn good job of it for free. And then they certainly should take note of how we're doing it because we advertise the new episodes every week. We talk about it every week with you all. People tune out and we have discussions about the newest episodes. It's not that hard to do, and yet somehow, if they could get their mind off the money side of things, which I know is never going to happen because again, it's a business. If they could get their mind off of the money side of things, everything would open up so much. But again, that's not the world we live in, and advertisement is how they make their money. But yeah, it's YouTube pushing premium. It's Spotify, like shortchanging their audience. This is nothing new, but it's just something we're all invested in so much. So we kind of see it a little more, I guess, and especially when we lose shows that we love. But I mean, that's just the business, unfortunately. But at this point, we're stuck in limbo on the Great North, and we're kind of just at a we'll see what happens. I know a lot of folks on the production side of the Great North have moved on to other projects. And we've talked to a couple of them, and we've asked them, "Hey, have you moved because the show's done?" Or and the answer from everyone is no. We've moved on because there was an opportunity. They don't know what's going on with the show. Everyone we've talked to doesn't know what's going on, which is, I guess, a scary place to be in, because if you're vital to the show and you don't know what's going on with it, like, then who does? My assumption, there's only maybe like 5 people who know what's actually going on with the show right now, as far as its fate. But hopefully we'll find out soon. Because again, you have upfronts coming up soon. We have Comic-Con coming up soon. I think we'll have a definitive, and it's pure speculation, but I think we'll have a definitive answer as to the fate of the Great North probably no later than June. That's my guess. That's my guess and hope, is we hear something before June. And even if the Great North does get renewed, whether it stays on Fox or another network, so I have to wait a year. So that's yes and no, Yahoo. If there's even an inkling that the show could move on to a new network or be picked up by Hulu or anything like that, I would guess that they have already been working on things. They wouldn't just move to another network and not have stuff in the can ready to go. But I haven't seen anything to suggest that. In all our conversations with folks, we've asked that too. Is like, hey, is there a possibility it could move to another network or streaming only? And everyone says, hey, it's always a possibility. But again, everything at this point is a possibility. There's no definitive answers to be had, that we've been told, at least. So everyone's just in the dark, and yeah, so there's really no news to report, which I guess, I mean, if we're being honest, no news is good news at this point. I mean, if we don't know either way, it's like what the hell's that experiment where the cat's either dead or alive, and we don't know until we open the box. Something cat. But it's like that. We don't know the fate of the show until they tell us. So it's either renewed or it's not renewed. And until we get a definitive answer, we're just in this state of ignorance is bliss. I think if they were to point that they don't have any more episodes in the making, we know that it wasn't renewed. No, that absolutely makes sense. That absolutely makes sense, Chelsea, because the thing to remember is by the time you see a premiere of a season, so let's Bob's Burgers, for example, season 15. By the time season 15 started airing, they were already at work on season 16. We knew because we saw table reads, we saw script covers, we saw all that. The Great North, the writers and the staff are usually good about posting stuff, and we haven't seen any of that yet. So I don't know. I don't want to come out and say what's happening with the show either way, because again, I don't know. This isn't a thing of like, oh, we know, but we can't say anything. It's we literally don't know. North Dwarf does not know, and everyone we ask doesn't know either. But we're hoping to hear something sooner rather than later. Um, but I can say, as far as North Dwarf goes, we are going to be doing something Great North related here soon. To tease that. We're going to be doing something fun, Great North related here soon. And we're actually doing something Great North related for Comic-Con this year as well, which would be really fun. Sure, at least. Yeah, it is almost at its 100th episode. Great thing would be if it could get to 100 and get to syndication. But then therein lies another thing is, and a point I wanted to get to is folks always say, why Grimsburg? Why Crapopolis? Why Universal Basic Guys? Those shows are all owned by Fox. So they're their babies. I don't know about Universal Basic Guys. I know Crapopolis and Grimsburg are. So they're always going to get the bigger push because they want their own IP to succeed. The Great North is in that gray area where it's not owned by them. So it's do they keep putting in money to a show that isn't theirs? I don't know. Do they just let the contract run out and then let somebody else pick it up? Maybe. I don't know. It's all pure speculation, though. Schrodinger's cat. Thank you, Chelsea. Spelling might be wrong. That's fine. I was thinking of a SCH word, but that wasn't it. I was like, I didn't want to say it out loud because I didn't want to sound stupider than I usually do. So thank you. What was I talking about? Yeah, but just because we're unsure about what's going on in the Great North doesn't mean that we're not doing stuff with the Great North. We have 2 really cool things planned, especially for those coming to Comic-Con. If you remember last year, we did a daily password for a prize. You find the password. We usually put it on Twitter or Instagram. You come find us. You give us a password. We give you a prize. This year, we are doing Spot the Yeti. So essentially, for those of you who watch the Great North, each episode you see a Yeti hidden in the background somewhere. And we are going to hide Yetis at Comic-Con, stickers. We're going to put them up in random places. And if you find the Yeti, you take a selfie with it, and then you come find us at the Toddland booth, show us the photo, and we'll give you a prize. Something to that effect. We're still in the very early stages of planning all that out, but that's what we plan on doing. Another Great North thing that we have coming down really soon. In fact, this Thursday we're filming it. We have an interview with Jay Caston from the Great North. We're going to talk about his D&D episode. It's going to be real fun. We're filming that Thursday, the day before JB leaves on his vacation. And that will go out to our Patreon members first. And then a week later, it'll go over to YouTube. So yeah, that's going to be real fun. So just because the Great North is in limbo doesn't mean we're stopping our coverage of the Great North. It's going to be real fun. I'm just driving, but I want to say I plan to find all the Yeti stickers. I have no doubt about that, JZG. You will only get one prize, though. You're only getting one prize. I don't care how many Yetis you find. Yeah. Or maybe get more. I don't know. Maybe nobody will find the Yetis and we'll have a bunch of prizes to just hold for ourselves. What else? As far as news goes, we're still waiting on the reveal for the Pride line this year. I know it was at QCon out 2 weeks ago. Toddland had a table out and they did reveal the Pride line. I believe the website is being built right now in order to fully reveal the Pride design. So that should be happening soon, but they got a lot on their plate right now. So soon, this year's Pride line will be revealed. That's all I'll say on that for now. Let's see what else. Nothing really pressing to discuss. A little housekeeping. Actually, I'll get to the housekeeping at the end. Since we are about halfway done with the episode now, I think it's a good time to go ahead and announce the winner of the comic books. So we posted up, for those of you who don't follow us on Instagram, which I'm not sure how you found this without doing that, but 2 weeks ago, 12 days ago, whenever, we posted a contest. We are giving away 5 copies of the long out of print Bob's Burgers comic book, issues 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9, I believe. Yeah, long out of print, hard to come by. Not terribly hard to come by if you want to do eBay and stuff. But we were giving away 5 of them in celebration of Free Comic Book Day. We got 601 comment entries. I will say this: going through all the comments, and how we do it, or how I do it, is I open up the Instagram post in question. I load all the comments, all 601. I scroll down, load them, scroll down, load them, scroll down, load them. And everything's loaded up. And then I just scroll down, up, down, 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 up twice, down 3, up 4, down 5, blah, 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 and then pause. And I put my finger on one. And I had to do that about 7 times in order to find a winner for these, because people would tag their friends and their friends wouldn't follow us. And the rules are always you and your friend both have to be following us. So a lot of your friends suck. So tell your friends they screwed you over if you didn't win this. But without further ado, the winner of the comic books, 5 comic books. Did you watch, Walter? No, I haven't yet, but I plan on it. And Christina, I want to get your opinion on something after I announce this here. The winner of the comic books, Carmela Paradise and their tagged friend Mustard Person 211. Congratulations. I don't know if you're here in the chat, but if you are, hello. And if not, we'll reach out to Instagram and see if we can get a hold of you. In the event that we don't hear from them in a week, we will move on to another person. But congratulations to Carmela Paradise and Mustard Person 211, the tagged friend. They were both following us, so they did it right. If you didn't win, blame your friends, because they didn't follow through on their end. They really screwed you over on that. Yes. Christine, what did you think of season 5 of the show, just in general, just your thoughts on that? And while we're doing that, I'll jump back over here. A little housekeeping as far as oh, congratulations. Oh yeah, I demand a recount. It's tough. Like I said, I'm not going to really cover the episodes much tonight, mainly because that's usually where me and JB have our best discussion. So I kind of want to save it for when he gets back. But our friend across the way, Sam, has sent in his review of this week's episode. And of course, I know it's a fan favorite here, so we're going to go ahead and play that for you now. Here is Sam with this week's Lone Moose Minute.
Hello and a very good evening to you. Sam, aka 2 Lone Moose, and back here with another edition of the Lone Moose Minute on From North to Wharf, your weekly look into what I thought of the latest episode of The Great North, which instead of the originally scheduled Sunset Beef Levard adventure, we got the next episode that was meant to air after it, Jude Knight Run Adventure last night, blessing our screens in its place. And good job it did, because I thought this episode was absolutely amazing. Both plots were very interesting to follow and highly enjoyable to watch, and that's what I like to see in a Great North episode. You know, from Wolf chasing Judy all around the place to try and bring her back, to the Tobins' dinner at Le Fancy for Honeybee's birthday, to the birthday girl herself and the rest of the Tobins conducting their own version of The Bachelorette to try and find potential replacements. All of it just came together to create a ding-dang delightful episode, as I believe one Wolf Tobin would say. And if an episode can make Miss McNamara quite likeable and make you feel sorry for her, then I think it's done a pretty good job, especially given her and Judy's previous history. You could see that her weasel, Jeremiah, meant a lot to her from both what she was saying. You can see a picture of the two of them behind her. And the outburst that Judy had on the back of the milk guy's truck was really something. We know that she wants to explore the world outside of Lone Moose. We know that she wants to go to Europe. It's been mentioned in previous episodes. And the weasel was a bribe to Miss McNamara. She gave her a bad reference for the Alp Summer program. But I do do think she was a bit harsh on Worf. I mean, she said he doesn't understand what it means to her to go. He got married at 21 and never got out of the hometown. His life was so small. But I'm glad she did realise her mistake in saying that, and she did that apology at the end. Love how she locked the mine behind the invisible doors he was coming to throw her out, and he tried to hack his way out, and Han was like, we gotta get going. I really liked that New Fork was in the start of Little Parisian City, which Wolf mentioned back in Season 4's Judy Presents the Staircake, where it made its first appearance. There's all the little touches that went into it I thought were really nice, like the New Fork metro sign looking like the iconic Paris metro sign, and of course Le Fancy. I just loved the whole deal with that place. I thought that was a great addition. Like, if your party size is too small or too large when your name is called, or you take more than a minute to respond, the mime comes and physically removes you. And Moon says he saw him tear an invisible phone book in half. And I know this sounds very immature, but it did get quite a big chuckle out of me, and that was the signs for the toilets being Le Pee and Le Poo Poo. I thought that was quite amusing. See, I'm laughing now. Very childish of me, I know. I didn't spot the Yeti this time around. I was looking, I couldn't find him anywhere. But I did spot characters like Lotion Leslie from Tustle Dawn Adventure in Season 2, and the CEO of the pretzel company where Cheesecake got his job from Season 4's Cheese All That Adventure at one of the metro stations. Maybe that could be the new thing to find. Spot the one-off character in the background. Good little game to play alongside trying to find the Yeti, of course. And speaking of characters, I thought this episode brought us a cast of wacky and wonderful ones, from the twins, the Michelsons, and the father and son, to the taxi driver and the man who didn't want anyone kissing his milk bottle wife and daughters. Don't really want to know what's going on there, but okay. I thought they were spectacular and helped to provide some great moments. So overall, I'm going to be giving Jude Knight Run a solid 8 out of 10. Sensational episode to tide us over what's going to be, I think, just over a 2-week break now, 2.5-week break, because the new scheduling kicks in on the 29th of May, where a new episode of The Great North will be airing on Thursday, the 29th of May. And according to the EIDR database, it is going to be Sunset Beef Lavard Adventure. So I'm looking forward to seeing that, unless there's any changes, of course, that Fox do announce. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this edition of the Lone Moose Minute. And I'll hand you back now to our wonderful host.
Oh, good old Sam. Love him. Thank you, Sam. If you ever see this, I know you're not on Instagram anymore. He had mentioned that there was supposed to be another episode this week of The Great North. Apparently, according to Wendy Molyneux, they switched out the episodes because there was a Pope joke in the episode. And for those of you who follow world news, of course, we had a new Pope crowned. I don't know, chosen. So yeah, I don't know what the joke was. Perhaps we'll see it next week. But we'll see. Yeah, quick thoughts of my own on the episode. I really loved it. I didn't like Judy being so mean about like wanting to see the world, wanting to get out, wanting to do something, and kind of trashing her family in the process. Like she's a 16-year-old or however old she is. So of course she wants to see the world. She wants to do big things. She wants to be better than what she sees and what she has. And that's not her lot in life. But to shit on her brother because what she perceives is his settling for the life he has. He's only like 22. So to see him settle for the simple life that he has really just rubbed me the wrong way. And I get it's a cartoon. But I don't know. I enjoyed the episode though. I enjoyed the episode a lot. It's just Judy was a bit more brash is maybe the term I look for than she normally is. She did come around in the end, obviously. That was always going to be the case, but it just felt unnecessarily mean. She didn't have to come at Wolf like that. It's just my opinion, though. Popes are elected. Thank you. There you go. Elected. Hey, Bobist. Targets to the party. We're almost done, actually. It was all right. I did Wolf Judy episodes. Bryce Malone by Trash. But yeah, all in all, I thought it was a very solid Great North episode. Crapopolis was all right. They've had a string of all right episodes for me. This one was no different. I still enjoy the show. I still look forward to watching it every Sunday, which is more than I could say for some other shows. But I don't know. Is they've had a string of like all right episodes the last couple weeks. Yeah, I enjoyed. Well, no, I don't think I don't really enjoyed. I didn't really enjoy Judy this episode. She was very self centered, which again teenagers are wont to do, of course. But I felt she was unnecessarily mean and selfish in this episode, and she didn't really flip the switch until she saw how she hurt Wolf. So up until that point, I mean, all her she had ulterior motives for everything. It was just a little mean spirited for my liking, but a fun episode though. At least the backgrounds are nice for the restaurant and the town itself. I understood, Judy. I've been a teen and I've had 16. Oh yeah, no. Again, teenagers are pieces of shit. I stand by that. Children are pieces of shit. I stand by that. So it's true to form. This is exactly how a teenager would act. So I don't. It's not so much like, oh, this would never happen, because it absolutely happened. Kids suck. And for the record, I'm 40 now. I think I was 32. My rule of thumb is if you are younger than my youngest friend, you are a child. So anybody who is 30 and below is a child. I guess I win. Oh, hell yeah, Chelsea's. Chelsea's gets it. Kids suck. And if you have kids, sorry, I'm sure your kids are the exception. Probably not, but maybe. I love my nieces and nephews, but kids suck. Yeah, I don't. Like I said, the Crapopolis has had a string of all right episodes for me. This one was a little better than the past two, I'd say, but still middle of the road. I think they have one more episode in the season. I think this was like episode 21. I think they got one more, and then that'll cap off season 3 of Crapopolis. But yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Next week, do we have a new episode of The Great North? Let's see. I know we have a new episode of Bob's Burgers. Schedule. Week of the 18th. Family Guy, Crapopolis. Nope, we have no Great North next week. Next week we have The Simpsons at 8, Family Guy at 8:31, Crapopolis at 9:02, and then Bob's at 9:31. Bob's is a brand new episode. Next week's Crapopolis is the season finale, entitled Ty is Dead. Ty is tired of his family, thinking he's not important enough to be assassinated. He'll show them in an all-new Ty. Okay, that sounds fun. And then, of course, Bob's Burgers returns with an all-new episode on Sunday the 18th, entitled Mr. Fishoder's Opus. Tina becomes a new advice columnist. Nope, that's not it either. Yeah, they really messed up the synopsis for that episode. What was I gonna say? So yeah, this episode of Bob's airs the 18th. This will be the last Sunday episode, and then it moves to the 29th, which is Thursdays, which is when Animation Domination will then now airs on Thursdays, starting the 29th. Also, I heard your rule, so I had better not catch you calling me a kid again. That depends, Bobbist. How old are you? I stand by my rule. I will not waver on that rule. If you are younger than my youngest friend, you are a child. Wrong synopsis. No, I'm on Fox Flash. Fox Flash has the wrong synopsis. So, yeah, Fox Flash has the wrong synopsis for the episode as well. Yeah, it says Tina becomes a new advice columnist for the school newspaper. Teddy takes on more than he can handle. He volunteers to build a float for the Bounty of the Bay parade and the all-new Mr. Fishoder's Opus, which we know to not be correct. I believe that is the synopsis for advice things are ad nice. How do you not know my age by now? I'm 33. Oh, then you're fine, Bobus. You're older than my youngest friend by a year. So congratulations. You are an adult. How do I know your age? Because that's not a topic of conversation that we have. We're usually raging against dumb shit. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing what you're talking about, Yahoo. I am on the page now. Releases? Let's see. What's this say? Blah, 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 blah. Yada, yada, yada. Brum, 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 brum. Let's see. The only thing it says here, continue with news hour. Nope, that's for Candle in the Gym. Snack face. Yeah, nothing about the episode. Yes, but you called me a kid once. Well, my rules have changed. You are no longer a kid. Unless you act like one, then you're a kid. Bobson 34 and Mike said I'm a child 4. Yeah, Chelsea, you made the cut. Good job. Most of the time. Oh, I am. Oh, God, I got to do all that nonsense. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, what are these steps here? Shows, Bob's Burgers, find images, hit the caption feature. I'm not doing all that. No, not doing all that. We will find it. We'll post it on our Instagram. Team Grumpy Old Man. Yes, ma'am. But we're all adults here. That's the main thing to remember. Jelsums, you are a proud member of the adult club. Bobish, you are too. But anybody else, 30 and below. Yeah, that's how it is. People turn 40 and they act like they're 100 all of a sudden. Sir, I was acting this way when I was 38 and 37, 36. Trust. I've been a grumpy old man for a minute. But yes, here nor there. So let's see. Next week, a little housekeeping from North Dwarf here. JB is going on vacation, so he will not be here. So I will have a special co-host. Not sure who at this point. Could be our trusty Adam. It could be one of you if anybody wants to co-host with me. And I think he'll be gone for just one episode. Yay, I'm part of the Grumpy Old Man Club. Hell yeah, RVA. Welcome to 38, 40, same thing. Yeah, once you get past 35, everything is just one age. So you ain't wrong, Papist. But JB will be gone next week, so we will have a special co-host sitting in with me to be determined who that is. And then the week after, the 26th, we have Bob's Burgers Trivia. That's right. We're doing live Bob's Burgers Trivia once again. That is celebrating the return of Bob's Burgers on the 29th. So we're doing live trivia on the 26th. Still haven't figured out how we're doing it. Is it going to be Jeopardy? Is it just going to be JB has questions, I have questions, and we bat them back and forth, play with the audience? We do know it's going to be summer themed because obviously we're in the summertime. So we're pulling episodes that are summer feeling, whether that means the kids are out of school or they're at the wharf or the beach. As long as it's got a kind of summer vibe to it, then we're putting that in the wheelhouse as far as questions go. Hey, Cello. I'm bad at being live. Since I haven't, but God. Hey, I will say this: doing shows live, especially by yourself, is very hard. This is so hard to just kind of talk to yourself, even though you all are here in the chat, and that's fun. It's hard to bounce ideas and stuff off each other, especially because there's a delay. So if I say something, I have to wait a couple seconds, and then you all get it. But it is something. But yeah, JB is going to try to be back for trivia. So can we please make the trivia blind friendly? Absolutely, Cello. Absolutely. In fact, I will guarantee you this. All of my questions, I can't speak for the other side. Don't know what they're doing. All my questions will be audio based or stuff that you can't confirm via audio, whether it be a line or a song. I will not have any visual questions on purpose. Maybe accidentally one or two may happen, but I will try my best. The delay is quite nuts. I know it's like a 10-second delay. It's fucking bonkers. Because sometimes people will respond to something and my squirrel brain has moved on to something else and I can't remember what you guys are talking about. But you guys keep me in check and I appreciate that. But yes, trivia on the 26th for Bob's, summer themed. Come out for that. And we'll make another post about it. Since we're past the contest thing now, we can kind of focus on pushing the trivia. A fun little Great North thing happening in the near future, which we'll announce once we get past the Bob's trivia. The Bob's trivia is the big thing on our plate right now, so that's what we're going to focus on. Okay, good. No hidden textbook titles in lockers that people see for like 2 seconds. Hey, maybe. But not all of my questions will be visually based. Maybe just one. Maybe. Who knows? I say that, and then all my questions will be like, what color is this? I want to do TGN trivia again. Yeah. From your lips to God's ears. And in this case, my ears. Yeah, it'd be fun to do TGN trivia again. We did it once, and we were fortunate enough to have the Molyneux sisters record questions for us, and that was fun. So yeah, we'll do. Yeah, fuck it. I'll just say we're doing Great North trivia. We wanted to kind of tease it out, but we're going to do Great North trivia. So we're going to do Bob's trivia on the 26th, and then not long after that, we will do Great North trivia, probably in June sometime, because July obviously is going to be huge for Comic-Con with Comic-Con stuff. So yeah, in June, we are going to do Great North trivia. May we have Bob's trivia. So a lot of trivia coming your way. Then, of course, July is all Comic-Con all the time. We're going to be taking you behind the scenes on our prep for a con, getting all the prizes together, setting up the con, tearing down the con, the fan meetup, the rave that's happening, and everything in between. Daily updates from the con floor, daily updates, just us hanging around San Diego, the whole 9 yards. If you've been with us before through Comic-Con season, you know exactly how we do it. So yeah, it's going to be real fun. Let's see, anything else? A little housekeeping as far as from North Wharf goes. Patreon. We've updated our Patreon. It used to be a $3 tier and a $10 tier. The $10 tier is now dropped down to $6. After some discussions between JB and myself, we thought $6 would actually be a better price. And you still, all the stuff that you got at the $10 tier, you'll now get at the $6 tier. JZG, if you're still here, you will see that change in your next charge. It'll be $6. But we are focusing more on content on there on the $6 level. You're still going to get the commentary tracks from me and JB for shows like Bob's Burgers, Great North. I've learned how to use OBS now, so we're actually able to take the actual episode, play the episode with its normal audio track, but we kind of embed our own audio track underneath it all. So you, it's as if you're watching an audio commentary on a DVD or a Blu-ray or something. So figured out how to do that. We're going to start focusing more on doing in-depth, extended conversations on there, uncensored, meaning I swear a lot more. And yeah, but for those of you who aren't aware, we do have a Patreon. There's a $3 and a $6 tier. Both tiers get access to YouTube videos a week early. Then they go on our regular YouTube. You get early notifications as to who guests are. At the $3 tier, you get to submit questions for guests. At the $6 tier, you get guaranteed questions asked to the guest, all credited to you, all the Patreon members. what else? Annually, December of every year, you will get a exclusive little gift from us. It'll say like year one, and then the tier that you are a part of, whether it be Wharfers or Friends of the Wharf, whatever the case may be. And that'll go out every December. But yeah, if you are a Patreon member, a paying member, thank you very much. If you aren't, no harm, no foul. We know things are tight for everybody these days. But don't worry if you can't, because you're not going to get any like this, and everything we do on Instagram doesn't get affected by what we do on Patreon. You just get more over on Patreon. So here you're going to get the same thing. I've always said that this show will never change. The show will always be free. The trivia will always be free. All the content we do is free. Just on Patreon, you get more uncensored stuff, I guess, which is really just more swearing. So you get more in-depth stuff there, but you'll never get less here at the expense of over there. That's all there is to that. So that's why I keep forgetting my source clips. OBS. Oh, hold on, let me go through these. Yeah, again, no hidden textbooks in Judy's locker or what name is on the sign next to. Well, you better find someone who can tell you what the signs are then, because that's what we're going to do. There's going to be nothing but signs. It's going to be all sign trivia questions. That's what I use for getting my source clips. Yeah, I fell backwards into figuring out OBS, and I watched a single YouTube video. And now that I realize how to do it, then it should be good. I'm kidding, of course, Cello. I make you this promise, Cello. Look at me. There will be no visual questions from your best friend, Mike. I promise. All audio. I promise you. And in fact, there may be a question or two that is strictly audio. Like I'll play it and you'll hear it. You never know. Oh, very excited. But yeah, that's really all the news that's fit to print as far as tonight's episode goes. Yeah, I don't know. Thanks for hanging out. I know it's a little weird because JB's not here, and usually it's easier to bounce ideas and things and stuff off of each other. There will be a guest host here next week while JB enjoys his vacation. Much needed, much deserved. And then, like I said, we have the interview on the 15th, which won't be live. We've stopped doing live interviews for reasons and things and reasons, mainly scheduling stuff. And then the week after, the 26th, will be Bob's Trivia. Make sure you follow him on Instagram because we'll post everything on there and you'll know all that fun stuff. Again, congratulations to the winners of the comic book. And yeah, I don't know. At this point, we're kind of just hanging out. So if you have any questions or concerns or gripes, throw them off in the chat. I'll hang out for a couple minutes and we'll see what's going on with everybody. If not, I'll go ahead and wrap it up. But because of the delay, I'll give everybody a couple seconds while I look at my phone. Excuse me. Pardon me. Oh, also, we've been very active on Facebook as of late, mainly just cross-promoting stuff and cross-posting stuff. So if you follow us on Facebook, you'll see a lot of new stuff. We're going on vacation too, but we won't pull a mic and go with only $400. Hey, if you prepay stuff, you don't have to go with a lot of money. Where are you going on vacation to? Also, congratulations. Vacations are fun. And I like to go with no less than 1,000. But if you're on the Facebook page, yeah, you're going to see a lot more content over there. A lot of the same content from Instagram, but we kind of figured out Facebook and we got to a place where we really like it. But one thing I will say, and I having a back and forth with the person on there, we will not tolerate bullshit comments. If somebody's trying to be snarky or funny or make snide remarks because they think they're being edgy, we're not playing that shit. Your comment will get deleted. If you want to keep following the page, that's on you. But if we see bullshit comments that are trying to be funny, regardless of what your intention is, we will boot it. No time or tolerance for that. People think, oh, because they have 34,000 followers on here and 4,000 followers on here that they can say something and we won't see it. We see everything. I don't have a life. I'm going to see your shit. And if it's stupid, it's getting out of here. We don't have the world's already stupid enough, and we don't need anybody trying to bring that nonsense to any of our pages and starting arguments. Even if they're like they're trying to be funny and they're not being serious about it. I don't have time or tolerance for that nonsense. And honestly, neither do any of the people who follow us. We're not trying to protect you or anything, but the world's already stupid enough. Our page doesn't need to be an extension of that. Mike, I got my Boss Burgers movie VHS from. Oh, dope! That's cool. That's great. I still haven't got one myself. I got to figure that out. I know a couple people who make different VHSs, so. Vacation. You gotta go on a vacation, Bob. So you gotta go see the world, my friend. Minnesota? Okay, what's in Minnesota? Oh, Mall of America. That's dope. I've never been to Mall of America. I know it has a roller coaster on the inside. Yeah, I don't have any vacations lined up until maybe next year. But we're excited. We're already talking about what we're gonna do next year. I always go on like 1 or 2 international trips every year. So we'll see what the world brings us. But yeah, well, that's great, Chella. I hope you have fun. Hope you and your partner have fun. Hope you all have fun, and yeah, stay safe, and we'll see you when you get back. Yeah. But yeah, unless there's anything else, I think I'll go ahead and wrap it up here. Again, sorry for the weird episode tonight. It's just me, so it's kind of just a stream of conscious thought. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. But I had a great conversation with you all. I loved hanging out with you guys, per usual. And yeah, we'll see you here next week for live Bob's Burgers trivia. Hopefully with JB. Or actually, no, scratch that. Not next week. The week after. Because next week we'll have a guest host. Who that is, we'll see. I gotta find somebody who actually wants to sit down and talk with me. Yes, can't wait for the Aquarium Nickelodeon Universe. Oh, dope. Yeah, have fun. And tell us all about it when you get back, Jello. So you guys have fun. Stay safe. Love you all. And I will see you next week. Where we discuss a brand new episode of Boss Burgers. I completely forgot about that. Yeah. So good night, everyone. Where's the outro? Here we go. Hold on. Better than I do. I don't know. This is rough. But we'll see you next week, everybody. All right. Good night.